Hi, then welcome to the Call to Cinema. My name is Aaron, and what a day for announcements, huh? Like, what an amazing freaking day for announcements. We got the latest announcements from Severin with a really big interview included with the film. We got the breakdown for the Vinegar Syndrome subscription week sale, and we got an announcement from them and their first partnership that they're doing with Ebon Press that I desperately want. With that being said, I'm dressed up tonight. I just came from a birthday party. So before I start this, happy birthday to Jaleel. When I came to Morocco with him, I was, needless to say, kind of nervous. Don't know the language, that type of stuff. Luckily, we have a condo and we live next door to Hind's sisters, who are incredible people, and husbands are awesome. And Jaleel is the husband of one of her sisters, and he is like the chillest, coolest guy you can imagine. I can only hope to be that chill. Um, but with that being said, welcome. It is time. And I think you want to start with Severin, you want to start with Vinegar Syndrome. It's up to you guys because there's a lot of this to look at. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff. Vincent's got their FAQs for the big subscriber week sale. We're going to go through those, break those down, give our thoughts on that. There's the Ebon Press announcement. There is the Severin announcement for their latest title, including a rare and surprising interview. So if you're there, let me know, because I want to know where you want to start. This is a choose your own adventure. As I roll up my sleeves and get ready to start. Don't be quiet. Severin or Vincent? Where do we start first? Well, I can start. I can go. All right. I gave you a chance. My decision. Vincent. Clay, welcome, man. Welcome back. Let's do this. I mean, Clay, this is a pretty big announcement. This is their very first, by the way, Clay, subscriber week sale. They did like a kind of 10th anniversary sale. I'm just putting up my so I don't miss any of your messages, man. But we're going to break it down. We're going to go through everything and see exactly what it is. It looks like what we're getting is a compound sale. And what's a compound sale? Hey there, Rafe. Welcome, man. Well, compound sale is what we're going to get into right now. So we're going to go right into the FAQs if I can get to them here. Come on. Am I in the wrong browser again? Because I hit on this and I'm going to try something. Apparently, I'm going to have to read this out. I could have sworn that it showed up on my screen. Well, LV, looks like we're going to read this out. And thank you, Strangeland, man. Strangeland gets us our very first Arts Creed Ghostface Cake shout out of the day. Big thank you to Strange and a big thank you to Ice Cream for the cake. So what it says here in the email and how we're going to go through this. Let's see if it works. Why did this work for me, but not work for me there? I do apologize. What the freak is happening here? Aside from me getting super pissed off. Not a problem, Michael. And we are going to ensure that this gets to the right spot. Here we go. Did we officially do it? We did it. We did it. Yes. Just as I said, I was doing an amazing job. There you go. Oh, man. You're doing an amazing job. And then all of a sudden you start sucking. Me, not you, man. Okay, here we go. It is a cool breakdown here. So what exactly is Summer Subscriber Week? So it's the first 7 days of July will be our first Summer Subscriber Week. We'll be offering Vinegar Syndrome subscriptions from July through the end of the year during the 7-day period on all kinds of goodies and deals. Now, this is where it really gets big into it. The festivities will kick off at exactly 12:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. So you can bet your bottom dollar that we're going to be here covering that. July 1st, and we'll continue through Friday, July 7th at 11:59 p.m. We'll also have a special section featuring discounted prices, refreshed on a daily basis at 12:01 p.m. They will also include all types of releases: Vinegar Syndrome Archives, Vinegar Syndrome Pictures, Peakorama, and some partner label titles. And this Peakorama thing is going to come in really, really strong in a little bit. Oh, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and do all that jazz. But let's dive into this. I'll check out the snaps and code ribbons after we go through these here. So the order stacking, of course, can be enabled so that you want to get as much of your money as possible. And yeah, it'll be, you can't blame them. They're going to have some good stuff here. So what is a subscription? Because people do ask this, actually. Because people do get confused. Being a subscriber is hands down the best way to experience all things Vinegar Syndrome. The benefits are absolutely massive. As a subscriber, you not only get every single Vinegar Syndrome branded title released during your subscription, including all slipcover editions, mystery and surprise titles, at 50% off the SRP, but your monthly packages will ship before everyone else's. And we're not done yet. All subscribers will receive exclusive 50% off SRP discounts good for each and every title released by our sublabels. I'm on a roll, guys. Vinegar Syndrome Archives, Vinegar Syndrome Ultra, Vinegar Syndrome Pictures, Vinegar Syndrome Labs, Peakorama. You get 50% off coupons for every single one of them. Now, I got asked this before, so I'm going to mention this now, and it looks like they did put a clarification in there because I'm sure they've been asked this too. Discounts are not available for products released before the start of your subscription. And I got confused with that the first time I was a subscriber. So, yeah, so I went to try and order some releases that had happened before I subscribed, and then realized, oh, wait, I can't use it like retroactively. But when everything comes up for the rest of the year, you got it, man. What's subscription kind of get in July? Well, they sell their annual, like halfway subscription. So basically from July to November, and I guess into December, because that's December's partner label month. So you'll be able to use your 50% off coupons for the partner labels. How much will it cost? Well, they're not saying right yet. Well, it's to be determined at this point. What about subscriber-related discounts during the summer subscriber week period? So if you're looking to become a subscriber during the summer subscriber week event, you should do that first before you purchase anything else. Immediately after completing checkout on a subscription, qualifying products will automatically be discounted to 50% off the SRP. So if you go in and say you see some titles you want, say there's some titles on sale that day. Say you see some titles, say I want to pick up Showgirls, or pick up something that's on sale. You go and you buy those things, and okay, I might as well get my subscription while I'm in here too. So if you do that, then you've already paid for the titles you bought. Those titles were bought before you subscribed. You want to make sure you don't do that. You want to go in, get your subscription first if that's what you're going to do, because once you do that, you can go in, shop at your luxury, get everything at 50% off, just the way you want it. Finishing and Blu-ray genre cult movies like comedy thrillers and science fiction are the best. Thank you, Rafe. I think that you do amazing stuff. Do we have a day-to-day breakdown on what products will be added? They kind of do. And this surprised me. This I'm actually very excited about. So on July 1st, 12:01 p.m., we will be there I will be doing a live video every day for every day of the sale. 4 regular Vinegar Syndrome titles, 1 VSA, 17 partner releases. 17 partner releases. Plus a batch of discounted Blu-rays with slipcovers will be added. The more you buy, the more you save. This will be a compounded discount sale. So that just means, guys, the more you load into your cart, the bigger the percentage off you get. Got the first Primetime Panic. That is a really good one. I love that one, by the way. On July 2nd, a discounted selection. Now, there's a good one here. A discounted selection of box sets and hard cases will be added. Again, and it's going to be all through, so I'm not going to keep mentioning it. Compounded discount sale. So things like the Homegrown Horrors box sets, the Forgotten Jelly sets, the VSUs. I'll check afterwards because there was. I'll see if it's anything mentioned on my on the sheet that they put out earlier, because I do have that. So that's a big one. July 2nd. I mean, it's going to be hard to just go out and pick up stuff on the 1st when you're like, man, if you really want to get those, but depending on the sale price, Forgotten Jelly box sets. Imagine catching up on the Forgotten Jelly box sets. Seems like going and getting the Forgotten Jellies and your Homegrown Horrors at the same time. What an amazing package that will be, right? On the 3rd day of Christmas, a discounted selection of standard Blu-rays will be added. The more you buy, the more you save. The reason that is, Clay, is because Vinegar Syndrome is done through OCN distribution. And Fun City Editions was initially with OCN distribution, which is where the partner labels are for Vinegar Syndrome. That's why you see a partner label package when it comes to Vincent. Hey, baby. My kitty cat's here. Want to show you? Can I show you? Mr. Goose is right here. Here you go. But they made a deal with MVD Distribution. So MVD Entertainment is ones that now took over for the. I got to put my glasses up there because you guys know what happened last time. My glasses were down there. MVD took over the distribution for Fun City Edition. So going forward, the last Fun City Edition, new one that came out through Vinegar Syndrome through the partner label was, I'm pretty sure it was Breathless. Cinema Davis here, we know for sure. What were the mystery clues? I'll check on that after we go through the 7 days. On the 4th day, another selection of discounted Blu-rays with slipcovers will be added. So the 3rd day is going to be some standard stuff, some non-slip stuff. On the 4th day, we got a bunch of slipcover Blu-rays with slipcovers. So obviously, these are going to be some of those limited edition ones, guys. So start making your list now. We will be going through this, by the way. On the 5th, we got a discounted selection of bundled products will be added. Vinegar Syndrome initially used to do, hey there, Petunia. Do you want to be on? Can I put you on camera? Are you too nervous? Used to do bundles, and used to have these bundles that were out there for people that had never bought from Vinegar Syndrome before. So you could get like a horror bundle, an exploitation bundle, that type of thing. So I'm guessing they're going to bundle some stuff together. Maybe they'll do the Forgotten Jelly sets or the Homegrown Horror sets, or maybe they'll do like an exploitation or a horror set. Amazon, oh yeah, Amazon will have it for sure. Amazon will always have that stuff. It's just that sometimes for the slips, I'm not sure. Do Amazon have the slips for the stuff? I think they do. I think Cinema Dave said they do. So bundled products are going to be here. So again, bundled products, I'm kind of curious with this one. Let's see where they go with this. On the 6th, we get another selection of discounted Blu-rays with slipcovers. So if the titles that you wanted aren't on the 4th, there's a good possibility they're going to be on the 6th. This is going to be a pretty amazing sale. On the 7th and final day, here's the big one. And here's the thing. When you got a 7-day sale like this, when you got a sale going day after day after day, and you're trying to choose, I know when they had their 10 for 10 sale, the first day I made the mistake of not buying titles I really wanted because I saved for titles that didn't come. And I kind of regretted that. So, but I still wanted to make sure I had enough money at the end to get extra, get whatever titles I wanted. And on the 7th day, if you're a 4K person, a discounted selection of 4K UHD releases will be added. Both limited editions and standard editions. The more you buy, the more you save. This is, again, for if you just came in, this is a compounding discount sale. So what that means is basically you buy a bunch of stuff. The more you buy, the higher the discount level gets. Maybe you buy like 2 things, you get 20%, 15, 20. Maybe you buy like 3 to 4, you're getting like 40 to 40%. You maybe hit the 5 range, you get like 50%. It's pretty insanely awesome. When will everything ship? So after the 7 days are up, so they'll be shipping the orders placed during this period on July 17th. That's when I'm going to start the shipping. Now, here's the thing. If you're a subscriber, yours is going to ship first anyway. And with a sale like this, and I'm sure they probably mentioned this, expect it to be a little bit. Expect it not to be too quick. If you get a quickly fantastic, wonderful, you're lucky. But this, my friends, this is a big sale. A lot of people will be availing of this sale. Will this put a cut into Severin sale? I don't know. It's different types of titles. But I was asked that question actually. Somebody messaged me off, not on here, but off on Facebook. So I don't know. To a certain extent, maybe. Not on purpose. This was they both just had the sale ideas for around the same time. Vinegar Syndrome announced this a while back. Important notice regarding adult titles in July of 2023. If you ever bought any of the Peak-RAM stuff or any of their adult titles, this is going to be very important to you. Beginning in July of this year, all hardcore and some softcore titles will no longer be available for purchase at vinegarsyndrome.com. We'll be launching a special website on August the 1st that will specialize in all things sexploitation. By separating these titles, we not only begin to streamline the checkout process on the Vinegar Syndrome website, but we will be more than doubling the number of films released on home video, including adding more diverse film selection into the mix. We are very excited about this development and look forward to sharing more information with you soon. A few important notes for that. We will be allowing cross-site purchasing, order stacking. You have an order on one site, you will be able to add to that package on the other. Hardcore and some soft titles that were released with the Vinegar Syndrome branding, inclusive of all older Peak-A-Rama titles, standalone releases, some drive-in collection films. Looks like we got another Crimson Cult video coming up, guys, soon. Will be phased out. For example, once a title with a Vinegar Syndrome catalog number sells out, its Vinegar Syndrome edition will be out of print. Select DVD-only releases will eventually be repressed as Blu-rays on the new site. Due to this, all Vinegar Syndrome branded titles will be heavily discounted once the new website is live. So I think what we're getting here is that with the new site, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, this may be rebranded, maybe even with a different name, a different type, a different logo, so that Vinegar Syndrome is what we got on the regular site, and whatever this becomes is kind of its own thing. Kind of like Rupert Pumpkin. He's its own thing. This is big news. The sale is big news, but this is big news. See, Vinegar Syndrome's more adulty titles have been a huge thing on Vinegar Syndrome since the beginning, to the point where Vinegar Syndrome at one point, and anybody that's been collecting for a while will probably know this, Vinegar Syndrome once at a streaming service, and the streaming service had a lot of the kind of the adult titles on there as well. So I actually was one of the initial subscribers for the Vinegar Syndrome streaming service, so I had that as well. But I have a feeling that what we're getting here is that Vinegar Syndrome is going into a lot more titles that are going to be more kind of mainstreaming. A lot more, and that's not a bad thing. They're growing. So you're going to see more titles like the Death Wish 2s. You're going to see more titles like Showgirls. You're going to see more titles like Rad or Tammy the T-Rex and stuff like that. And don't worry, those titles that are more well-known and get a lot of people behind them, that allows them to do the other titles, the more niche titles that maybe you initially came to Vinegar Syndrome for. So this doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just that by moving it over to its own site, they can actually cater to a bit of a wider audience. My God, there's so many messages that I didn't see. I'm so sorry. It's gone forever, or the prices aren't discount. No, gone forever for some of these titles. I apologize. There was a whole bunch of messages there, and I didn't even see it. Kind of wish I didn't already almost there for say there, big crack. Hey there, Sarah. Welcome. Is it because of Blue Laws? I don't think it's because of that. I think it's because Vinegar Syndrome has grown. They've changed. They've evolved. And you had to do that to survive, like as a boutique label. Like they haven't stopped doing the slashers or the 80s or 90s stuff or the strange 70s era films. They're still getting done. Like obviously they're still getting done. But in order to do stuff like that, to keep stuff like that going, then July 2nd should have his birthday. I'm sorry, Sarah. Dad's giving the Long Shard with Burt Reynolds. That's cool. Should get Walmart. I'll check afterwards, Sarah, see if I can find anything for you. So it looks like that what we got here is them moving into another direction, but at the same time ensuring that they don't like alienate their base and the core audience. The fact is, because they have titles like maybe like Roadhouse or stuff like that, maybe they had to pull back on certain titles that they wanted to do. But now, by having two websites, and I do think an important thing to note here is that you can cross buy. So you can stack from one website to the other, which it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. But I really like that they do that. My question is going to be, and I think this is going to be a lot of people's questions. Hey there, Petunia. What does this mean? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. What does this mean later on? You can go about subscriptions. Will this inevitably change the subscription service for Vinegar Syndrome? Will this mean that we're going to get maybe a split where, and a lot of people have wanted this, where Vinegar Syndrome have subscribers that can get the Vinegar Syndrome site yearly subscription, and maybe that can go ahead and get the adult exploitation subscription. And eventually those two can be their own very separate things. It's a lot to take in. And it's a lot of stuff kind of put on us at one time. I don't think we're truly going to know right away. You think to do a subscription service on the adult side? That's what I'm thinking too, actually. I think it'd be kind of less being. It'd be interesting to see how it'll go, Clay. It would have to be. I don't know if it would. I don't like to say that it would fail, because obviously the peak RAM is there's enough that people are buying. There's a lot of that stuff. They've done 4Ks of adult titles as well. And anything, if it's like structured and promoted right, has a chance of succeeding beyond like our. I think Vinegar Syndrome has already proven that they have the ability to succeed behind the wall of streams, what we even thought. I always thought they should phase out their adult films, but it seems like they're doubling down. They are, in a way. I mean, but they're moving them. They're moving them to their own site. They're probably relabeling them. Vinegar Syndrome, they're probably not going to be called Vinegar Syndrome titles. They're probably going to have their own name. See, early on, Vinegar Syndrome did this thing called the Sexploitation Film Series. It actually was really well done. It had some cool banger titles in there. It ran for 4 Blu-rays. I kid you not, there's only 4. And they were not bad ones either. They were actually some decent titles. But for some reason, it didn't take off. And at the time, this was earlier Vinegar Syndrome, mind you, they ended up giving up on the sub-label after the 4th title. I was fairly heartbroken. The only one I didn't get was number 1. And it was a Sarnos title too, so it's pretty quality. Wonder if people complained about them having adult stuff. That's a good question. Obviously, with more more titles that will go for a bigger audience. Titles like Beastmaster, titles like Roadhouse. It's going to bring new eyes to the website. It's going to bring new eyes to the company. And there are people that are going to want to come in to be able to order their stuff and not feel like their title is right there. They don't want to feel like Roadhouse is right there next to 9 lives of a, blank. Do you want to feel that when they get the Vinegar Syndrome title, that it's not going to initially be thought of as you both go to jail, Sean. There's literally one Tracy Lords movie that could release. And the other ones, and you and Vinegar Syndrome would be in jail, man. And I don't want that. Hey, Gino, welcome, man. Just finished on Sunset. Oh, nice. Vinegar Syndrome is having a 7-day sale, man. From July 1st to July 7th is a compound sale. The more you buy, the more you get. But get this. They're moving the adult titles from Vinegar Syndrome, Gino, onto their own website. So when you go to Vinegar Syndrome in July, that's the last time you're going to get, those titles aren't going to be there. They're moving over in August to their own site. Any adult title that comes from that has Vinegar Syndrome logo on it is going to be heavily discounted. And after that, the Vinegar Syndrome title, the adult titles going forward, will probably kind of be their own thing. Will this change the subscriptions and what's included? Will this change the way things are marketed? Well, obviously, this has already started. Is that she only made Sean Tracy Lords actually was underage when she made the films. I know because I was her age. So when I was a kid watching films, and I was watching some of them that was shocking. I found it later on was my age. She made one afterwards called Tracy, I Love You. That's the only one that she ever made after she became of legal age. Everything else was destroyed. Well, my dad right now, Sarah, is I've got him into Doctor Who. So if your dad likes kind of cheesy sci-fi or action, they have some cool Doctor Who sets, the classic ones, things like John Pertwee or Tom Baker. I definitely recommend that type of stuff. It shouldn't be, man. Well, if it's like her last one, that can be there, but the earlier stuff really shouldn't be. The sites, I know because there were sites that at the top early on got shut down because of that. But you don't know, man. That's not on you, man. In addition to increasing our XXX and sexploitation output, several other labels will be joining this new website. Okay, I guess I should have read this third one here, guys. Including one of the most prominent and historic American sexploitation film producers whose vast catalogs will be put into release. Oh boy, they're tripling down. They're not just doubling down; they're tripling down. So Vinegar Syndrome is really going to be its own thing. This new website, which is going to go all in. That's what she said. is also going to be its own thing. This is big news. It's also a bit of a risk. Will the Crown International Catalog be impacted? Uh, as f- Not as far as I know, but movies like The Hearst, are already ones that are going into print. And Death Row Game Show, that is going. Once that's gone, that one's not coming back to Vinegar Syndrome. That's it. That's already in the out of print section. But you have those already, so you're good. I'm kind of curious to what this company's going to be. Yeah, My Chauffeur is a Crown International picture. Yes, you're right. That's out of print already. There's a few of them that have gone out of print. And while we're like gestating on that, let's look at the other news from Vinegar Syndrome. Ebon Press is a comic book company, but not just any comic book company. It's a comic book company that deals with horror and horror films. It's put out Zombie, like it's put out Maniac, continuations. It's put out House by the Cemetery, put out a lot of Fulci stuff. Their very first thing that they're putting out is this right here. Their very first Ebon press release. And it looks like it's a big hard box case, like an Absolute style case. Not sure for hers. You haven't lost out on Death Row Game Show and the Hearst yet, I don't think. Uh, those two are still available. Looks like this box set has trading cards, posters, lobby cards, complete collection of the Zombie series with all the different covers. You know, Coach, that I want this. So what I would assume that would kind of be like is this right here. So DC Comics puts out this thing called Absolutes. They're the cream of the crop, the best way you can get your comics, even better than omnibuses actually. They all come in boxes like this, which looks very similar to the type of box we're going to get from Vinegar Syndrome and Ebon Press. Usually the Pass the Noctis. Sorry about that, Goose. I didn't mean to wake you up. And who knows, it could even be like oversized artwork like we get in here. And yes, I did choose the horror one on purpose because this is Zombie after all. Lucio Fulci's classic film, which I have on Blu-ray, and I don't think I have the 4K yet. I got it on Blu-ray from Arrow Video, and I got it on Blu-ray with the lenticular eye damage cover from Blue Underground as well. And do I want to buy this? If I have the money, I will 110% buy this. If I don't, you're going to see me making lots and lots of videos so I can buy this. As you can see right here, we got the classic look of the Zombie. We got some nice artwork on the back as well. You can see these incredible covers for the comics. It looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It looks to be 8 issues altogether. I'm not quite sure. I think these are posters or mini posters. So there's 8 posters. Looks to be 8 lobby cards and 8 trading cards as well. But we're not finished because, well, this is all going down. Severin also made an announcement. Edwidge Fenwick is the queen of Giallo. That's if you think Giallo, you often think of her. The movies like The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward are classics. They are what you think about when you think of some of the best of the Giallo genre. Trust me, you've watched a Giallo movie with her in it. And you've seen, I'm sure, Yellow Fever, or you've seen the new the All Colors of Giallo documentaries, and you've heard Sergio Martino. You've heard Ernesto Gastaldi. Maybe even heard Evelyn Stewart or someone talking on an interview. But you rarely hear from Edwidge Fenwick. You rarely get a good interview with her until now. Because Severin Films announced Federico put off a major coup for us in Rome a couple of weeks ago by shooting an all-new interview with elusive queen Edwidge Fenwick, who looks amazingly beautiful still right there. This is, by as far as we're aware, the first interview she has done for a disc release of one of her works in the best part of 2 decades. They announced that first. We didn't know what the movie was. We didn't know what was coming up. But now we do. This is Private Crimes. Private Crimes is a miniseries, kind of like Giallo-esque, murder, like thriller-esque. Think of it as Italian Twin Peaks. Let me put this back, guys. It's a little heavy. Because that's what we have here right now. The complete 2-disc miniseries with an interview from Edwidge Fenwick, with an interview from Sergio Martino, but a rare interview from Fenwick. That's pretty incredible. Disc 1 will have an audio commentary with the amazing Kat Ellinger, so you know that's going to be fantastic. It'll also have the interview with Edwidge Fenwick, Queen of Giallo. And Disc 2, Giallo and Luca, interview with director Sergio Martino. Considering that the second disc, as far as I know, and as far as showing here, unless there's more stuff that we don't know about, is just this interview. I got a feeling, guys, this is going to be a pretty long Sergio Martino interview. Maybe it's career retrospective. I missed a bunch of your messages. I do apologize there. Does anyone still care about Twilight Time? I do, man. It's a sin that he passed away, and I really miss that. Which disc is being replaced? One of the I'm not sure. One of the Showgirls discs. There was a issue with the sound. Hey, Richard, welcome, man. Hey, Mike. The audio. There's audio issues with the Showgirls disc. She looks amazing. Edwidge Fenwick looks amazing. Hey, the Midnight Geek. Was she interviewed on the No Shame disc for Strange Vice? How long goes that? Let's find out. And was that a new interview that was on there? Was it an earlier one too? That's what those are the things you gotta think about. Let's see if they say. Both features interviews with both Sergio Martino and Edric Fenech, as well as a fact track from genre expert Justin Harris. And the No Shame release was done back 2006, 2007. Thank you, Mike. So it's been, if this is our first interview since 2007, that's 14 years. By the way, props for knowing that, because I didn't. Edwidge means instant sale for you. There's a lot to take in tonight. Edwidge Fenech has her first disc interview in 2005, 18 years. She looks amazing. We get the Twin Peaks of Italy announced as the title that she's doing the interview on. Hopefully it's a nice long interview. Not sure if we get into a career retrospective, but hopefully it'll be something really nice that we can actually kind of like chew on for a bit. On the second disc, as far as we know right now, there's only an interview with Sergio Martino, which does lean towards the possibility of a career retrospective long interview. I learn something from you guys every time, man. I learn something from you guys every time. For those that came in late, let's quickly go over this one more time. From July 1st to July 7th, Vinegar Syndrome will be doing a sale. During that week will be the only time that you will be able to go in and buy a halfway subscription. Halfway subscription means that it's one lump sum. You get every title from Vinegar Syndrome, except for like the sub-labels. From July until November, you get a 50% coupon for all the sub-labels and the partner labels from July to December. For the first time ever, Vinegar Syndrome, what's Private Crimes about? It's been a long time, man. This guy gets murdered, and it's kind of very Twin Peaks-y, except Sagadi gets murdered. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to look. Ready for my infamous dramatic readings? Nearly 25 years after the legendary Giallo collaborations, Your Vice's Locked Room and All the Colors of the Dark, star Edwidge Fenech and director Sergio Martino reunited for this 4-part, 6-hour television miniseries co-produced by Fenech through her company Imagine Cinema. When a prominent businessman is found murdered, an ambitious newspaper reporter and a local police inspector, played by Ray Lovelock, so you know that's going to be cool, I almost lost my place there. Will uncover a bizarre web of small-town corruption, violence, and dark secrets, with suspects that include Paolo Melco, Gabriella Frazzetti, Jacques Perrin, Aldo Valli. Private Crimes has been scanned into 2K from the original Ray TV 60mm elements, with special features created exclusively for this release. I like some of her music, actually. Wasn't some of it used in Mortal Kombat? You'll have only that week to get this subscription. You can't buy the subscription after July 7th. It's the only time to get it. If you don't get it then you can get the year-long subscription when they do their year-long subscription one, or you wait till next July. Why did you say? I didn't say. Did I say? Oh. Are we talking to me? I don't think I said that. If I did, it was a word that I said, and my accent made it sound different. It's I would assume, and I have no like prior knowledge, Joe Jack, that this is going to work on the same way most compounding sales work, and that basically, and you're going to know this just by compounding. Oh, so yeah, no, that was an accent, totally. Yeah. I'm Canadian. I have an accent, but usually what it means is basically the more you like, it's the more you buy, the higher the percentage goes up, and it'll be interesting to see how they do that. Hopefully, it's done so that we get like no 10 for 10 deals, but probably some good daily deals nonetheless. And it's all going to be compounded. So basically, you can go in, baby, you can buy a title there. Say you got like a title that's $30, and you buy like, you just want to buy that. And it's like, okay, well, there's 15% off. Or say you buy two titles. Okay, now we get like 20% off. You hit like 3 or 4 titles, 3 titles, 4 titles, you're getting like 40 to 50% off. So, again, like those aren't the numbers. Those, like, I can't tell you what the numbers are going to be. We don't know yet. But that's usually the way like a compound sale will work. And it's been a while since I've seen a compound sale. So it'll be interesting to see how they do theirs. As far as I know, she used to have, there was a name to her band too, but I can't remember the name of them. You probably know. You maybe got the CD. And they're breaking it down, Joe, in like over 7 days. So different things every day. So the first day you're going to get your regular stuff, right? Every month, Vinegar Syndrome announces their new titles. We're getting 4 regular VS titles, 1 VSA, 17 partner label releases. 17 partner. Oh, EH, you weren't here for this, were you? "17 partner label releases, plus a batch of discounted Blu-rays with slipcovers will be added. The more you buy, the more you save. Compounding discount. So that means slipcovers, Blu-rays with slipcovers. Well, obviously, that's limited edition stuff. Yeah, I really hope it works for them. I'm a bit nervous because I bought a lot of Fun City Edition stuff, and I bought it because I lived in Canada at the time, and even now, like I have family in Canada, so if I wanted to buy Fun City Edition stuff, I would buy it from Vinegar Syndrome because they have a distribution center in Canada, which makes it cheaper for me to buy, and it gets more expensive. It's crazy, John, man, but it's good crazy. On the second, a discounted selection of box sets and hard cases will be added. You want to get your homegrown whores. I got to make sure I got it right. You want to get your Forgotten Jelly box sets. You want to pick up, I don't know, Miami Connection if it's still available. I'm not sure if it is. You want to pick up like some of the other ones that there. Maybe they'll have stuff. Maybe they'll bring some stuff back. Maybe it's Andrew Stevens. Oh, yes, Night Eyes. I would kill for that, man. I would kill for Night Eyes, Clay. On the third day of Vinegar Syndrome, my true love gave to me. On the third day, the discounted selection of standard edition Blu-rays, so these aren't the limited edition ones, so going to be standard edition ones, will be on sale. Compounding discount, of course, for everyone these days. Flesh for Franks, Ticks for sure, man. Ticks for sure. So if you haven't got Ticks yet, Joe Jack, man, it's going to be a good time to get it. There's going to be people that are going to love this. There's going to be people that are hardcore Vinegar Syndrome buyers. Like every time there's a sale, they grab what they can, and they might have a subscription. They're like, oh man, this isn't for me. I already got everything. That's okay. It can be for other people that don't have everything, like me, for instance. I love this fact. On the fourth day, another selection of discounted Blu-rays with slipcovers will be added. We don't know what's going to be where. And just like when they did their 10 for 10 sale, every day at 12 EDT, the site loads up with brand new titles. So what that means is that day that those titles go on sale, The day those box sets go on sale, those are on sale. The next day, when those new titles come out, those box sets aren't going to be on sale again. You got new titles now. So you're going to have to, one, if it's something that's low in amount, low in print, you want to grab it as quickly as possible, right? But you also want to look at how much you've got, what's your buffer for spending. Because there's other days coming. I didn't get Beyonce. I will eventually get it, but I can't afford it right now, especially with this sale. On the 4th, like I mentioned, another selection of Blu-rays. On the 5th, a discounted. Now, this is one that really intrigues me. A discounted selection of bundled products will be added. Bundled products. What they do? So many, an exploitation. What they do? So many VSA titles. What they do? So many adult titles. What they do? A 4K bundle. Because here's the thing. And here's the thing you got to think about when you're going through this. Kind of makes you a bit crazy. Is that you could buy something in one of those first 3 days, and it could be in the bundle on the 5th day. I say the discount compounds work on those titles for that day, and I say once we know what the discount compound is, Joe, it'll probably be the same thing through different. It'll just be different titles, kind of circling in and out through each day. But literally, this was only a few hours ago that this was announced. On the 6th day, more Blu-rays with slipcovers, some more limited edition, some stuff that wasn't on there before. Is the stuff that was in the bundles? Probably not. Probably some different stuff. And on the 7th day, this is a big one for collectors. This is a really big one for collectors. Because the 7th day is 4K day, guys. The 7th day is your chance to get 4K UHDs discounted. Compound discounts, of course. Both limited and standard edition. The more you buy, the more you save. Here's where the key to this sale is going to come. The compound discount. You might finally get 6 or 7 and at a good price. The compound discount. If this sale hits the first day and the compound discount is fantastic, every single day, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, you can bet that collectors, newcomers, whatever, are going to be waiting, refreshing that page to see those new titles. If the compound discount isn't good, it could sink the whole thing. So it's a big sale. It's a big chance. But their biggest chance would come later. Their biggest chance is when they announce this. And I'll read this again for the people that came in later on. Beginning in July of this year, all hardcore and some softcore titles will no longer be available for purchase at vinegarsyndrome.com. We'll be launching a special website on August the 1st that will specialize in all things sexploitation. By separating these films, we will not only be able to streamline the checkout process on the Vinegar Syndrome website, we will more than doubling the number of films released on home video, including adding more diverse film selections into the mix. I've seen the first 2 episodes of it, actually, the new Failed Attraction series. It's not bad, but I'm still not sure. We are very excited about this development and looking forward to sharing more information with you. Here's some more information. We will blah, 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 blah. we will be allowing cross-site purchasing. So if you buy adult titles and you buy regular Vinegar Syndrome titles, you'll still be able to use your order stacking so that you're not ordering from one site and ordering from the other site and paying shipping for both. You can, if you want to, put your order together. That being said, for the first time ever, let's just say you are ordering and you want to pick up Sidekicks and Roadhouse. And you know it's going to be coming to your house, or maybe staying with your family. Maybe it's coming to your family's house. That's great. That can come with the Vinegar Syndrome ones. You can order separately the other titles, maybe the titles that you don't want to open up in front of the kiddies, so that you know which ones are which. Hardcore and some softcore titles that were released with the Vinegar Syndrome branding, inclusive of all older Peakorama titles, standalone releases, and some drive-in collection films, will be phased out. For example, once a film with a VS catalog number sells out, its Vinegar Syndrome edition will be officially out of print. Select DVD-only releases will eventually be repressed, select, not all, as Blu-ray discs on the new site. Due to this, all Vinegar Syndrome branded titles will be heavily discounted. They did drop a lot, man, once the new website is live. And if that wasn't enough, in addition to increasing their hardcore and sexploitation output, several other labels will be joining this new website, including one of the most prominent and historic American sexploitation hardcore film producers, whose vast catalog will be put into release right there on that website when it goes live. That's a lot to take in. We have a 7-day sale working on the compounding sale metric. We have different titles for each of those days. We know that on the 5th day, box sets and hard box limited editions are going to be on sale. We know at the end there, 4K titles will be on sale, both the limited edition and standard versions. The more you buy, the more you save. We also know that after July, the adult titles are moving off the Vinegar Syndrome website. You seem to be separating the Vinegar Syndrome name from hardcore titles with this move. That's exactly what I think they're doing, Joe. And I think it makes sense. If they're going to put on titles like Sidekicks, if they're going to do titles like Roadhouse, even Showgirls, for its kitsch type of thing, and they're going to work towards doing more titles like that, we could see, I don't know, I'm just going to use an example, American Ninja, or some, similar titles like that coming to the website. It's going to bring in different people. It's going to bring in a wider array of people. And at the end of the day, like it or not, some people are going to go into the Vinegar Syndrome website and they're going to want to be able to order from work a Vinegar Syndrome title and not have their workplace flag the website. Hey, Video Store, did you see this, man? There's also, as I mentioned earlier in this video, the thoughts of what will this mean eventually for the subscribers and the subscriptions. Obviously, they're not going to change anything for anybody that's already subscribed. But what will this mean for new people subscribing in the future? Will the new website get its own subscription? Will they break it into two so that you can get... I really liked it follows. I was speaking to George earlier. He hasn't been around in a bit, actually. He's been on Facebook, but that's where you should speak to him now. And he ordered both titles. He ordered It Follows and he ordered Crimes of the Future. Those are the two titles that came up from Second Sight, by the way, guys. So we've taken a lot tonight. If you like the Babadook and the Witch, you should like It Follows. Yeah, pretty much so. We call it elevated horror. This is probably for me one of the biggest videos that I've done in a while, with the most ramifications for an announcement. I do a lot of sale videos, guys. I've been doing this for 11 years. I've seen the changes that have come and gone. I was here when Vinegar Syndrome had a streaming service. You'd actually could go on, you could pay and watch Vinegar Syndrome movies, both regular and adult. Even had some shorts in there. I remember when 4K started to really go into its own. This is potentially another time like this. This is potentially another switch and another shift, which has the potential to take Vinegar Syndrome to the very next level. And it has the potential to make some fans in the base of Vinegar Syndrome upset. Myself, I'm excited for it. He said there's 4 regular Vinegar Syndrome titles coming. As always, I'm going to peek into my old photos here, because I did take a picture when they did the announcement. And initially, what they had announced for July was 3 horror and exploitation Blu-rays, including a multi-film collection. So that was the initial announcement for July. For those that don't remember when they did the announcement. Now what they're telling us is that we're getting not 3, but 4 regular Vinegar Syndrome titles. No mention of a multi disc one. One Vinegar Syndrome archive. Did they do one? Normally they do 2 of those. And 17, a massive 17 partner label releases. Please, if you are going to subscribe, do that first. Because if you buy your titles before you buy your subscription, you're going to miss out on the 50% off. So there's going to be 17 partner labels. If you're going to want those partner labels and you're getting the subscription anyway, get the subscription first. Severin must be frustrated. I actually had somebody message me on Facebook about this. They said, "What does this mean for the Severin sale?" Well, will it take money away from the Severin sale? On one hand, right? We can say, well, it's different types of titles. So people that were going to buy the Severin stuff are probably going to buy a lot of that Severin stuff already, right? On the other hand, though, Severin and Vinegar Syndrome share a lot of the same buyers, myself included. Will this mean that people that may have been going to buy one of the new Severin titles might save some money because of this Vinegar Syndrome sale that's going on pretty much at the same time? Has to mean that. I can't see it not meaning that. I can't see that not being a thing. Now, that being said, Vinegar Syndrome didn't announce the fact that they were going to do this subscriber week yesterday. They announced that there was going to be subscriber week a ways back, a few weeks back. But I don't think anybody, myself included, I thought there might be like some sale. I didn't think it was going to be to this level. And I had no idea there was going to be this much change. So there you go. It's been a big night for announcements. From the Severin announcement with the first big Edwidge Fenwick interview in about 15 years. 18 years, sorry. Get that right. The Ebon Press release in conjunction with Vinegar Syndrome with the big box set, Lucio Fulci's zombie comic. The subscriber week with the 7 days of sales, one looking to be even better than the last. And the news that Vinegar Syndrome, and one of the very first things Vinegar Syndrome was known for were some of their adult titles, that they were the people that would take the chance to do that, are separating them on two completely different sites. What will this mean for future titles? What will it mean for subscriptions? So when if you're halfway, they said that those should be out. All of them should be out soon. So fingers crossed. Let me know when you get your video store. With that being said, I want to thank you so much for joining me here tonight. I'm not going to lie. This was a big one. There were some other titles that were announced, like the second sight titles and stuff like that, and I will do a video on that tomorrow because I think we will have more to talk about with this. I'm going to let this sink in. For you, for me too. That's one heck of an announcement. Thank you so much for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, and a super chat, sticker, donate, or join the Patreon. Feel free to do so. Most important thing is you come in here and you enjoy yourself. My name is Aaron. This is this has been the Vinegar Syndrome Severin announcements, and a lot to take in. Thanks, guys. You guys are amazing. See you soon.